A very good evening, and thanks for clicking on to the Sunday edition of Vogan's UK, Europe, and Global Outlook. Trying to tweak a couple of things as we head towards the summer season, just freshen things up slightly. So I'm kind of trialing this new Vogan's UK, Europe, and Global Outlook, looking at not looking at just the UK or indeed Europe, but kind of talking more on a day-to-day basis on global weather to keep things fresh and interesting. Why am I showing you Gavin Partridge and Gav's weather vids? Well, I am absolutely delighted to see him back in the seat once again. Of course, he has recently undergone surgery to remove cancer. I'm sure the man himself won't mind me saying that. But it is amazing how he's back in the seat once again and delivering weather to the community once again. I do encourage you, if you haven't already, and I think many folks that subscribe to my own YouTube channel also subscribe to Gavin's, and I encourage you to go over there to Gav's weather vids if you haven't already, and sub to the channel. He delivers just amazing stuff day by day, looking at not just the day-to-day stuff and the weather charts for the upcoming 10 to 14 days, but he also looks at the big picture as well in greater detail, I must admit, to what I can do. So it's wonderful to see Gavin back, and I certainly I'm looking forward to his videos in the coming days, weeks, and months through the summer season. So, of course, we've got the very changeable weather pattern at the moment across the British Isles. We've got this battle between Atlantic and continental, of course, with the low pressure out over the Atlantic, high pressure to the east. We're drawing our air in from the south, so that, of course, is the source region, the warmth, the humidity, and, of course, with Atlantic influence, especially with disturbances coming in off the Atlantic, we're talking about heavy showers and thunderstorms becoming a big player in the weather over the next several days here. So as I play through the loop, this is of the GFS, you can see the overall setup. We've got, may I add, a very deep trough extending quite far south over the Atlantic here. Hence the reason we're pulling our air in from Africa. So of course, you've got high pressure over the continent, low pressure digging all the way down to the Azores, you're pulling air in off Morocco, Algeria, Libya, where temperatures are warmer than normal. That is getting drafted north. And of course, with the trough just a wee bit too close to the UK to keep things settled and warm and sunny, we're seeing systems coming in over top of that warm, humid flow. So of course, with warmth and of course, cooler air aloft, and you've got, of course, disturbances as well. You've got all the ingredients in place for a lot of convective energy. Heavy showers going to produce probably localized flooding, and we're also going to see frequent lightning and possible hail, gusty winds, so on and so forth. That is going to be a big player in the weather, not just now, but right the way through much of this week. Looks as if we've got a window of drier, sunnier weather middle portion of the week. Wednesday looks to be the warmest day of the year. We could see 26 degrees, I think, in the southeast of England. But as I play through this loop here, you can see the setup as we go forward. Areas of low pressure rotating around that trough over the Atlantic here, high pressure to the east. And of course, you can see the disturbances riding the eastern flank of that trough, pushing up through the UK and Ireland, keeping things rather unsettled indeed. All the while, we have got a lot of strong warmth over Spain and Portugal. Temperatures are going to be on the rise through the course of this work week. By next weekend, we could be talking about the first 40s of the year in southern portions of Spain, the oven of Spain, as it is called, down across south central Spain. Of course, Rangers play Frankfurt in the Europa League final. I know many people, possibly including myself, didn't expect to see Rangers reach the final. I think the only thing you could say is that beating Borussia Dortmund there several ties ago may have been reason to be optimistic that we could go all the way. So Rangers travel, I believe, to Seville tomorrow, and it's going to be pretty hot weather, not just for Rangers, but also for Frankfurt as well. So it's going to be a very, very warm night indeed. On Wednesday in particular, we could be talking about temperatures during the daytime, mid-30s, and probably not coming much down below 30 for kick-off early evening. Might get into the upper 20s, in fact, by the time we reach the evening period. But certainly it's going to be a very, very warm one for the Europa League final on Wednesday night. So high pressure, like I say, over the southwest of Iberia. We're going to be seeing the temperatures rise. We're actually going to see the development of a heat low over southern Spain, because by the time we reach the end of the week, so this is Thursday, you can see here an area of low pressure over southwestern portions of Spain. So quite interesting to see little heat lows now starting to develop even across Europe as the temperature is significantly on the rise. Looking at Spain in particular here, I don't know if anybody's holidaying, taking an early holiday across Spain, but certainly you're going to be noticing that the temperatures are going to be rising day by day over the Iberian Peninsula. And this is for Wednesday. You can see here low to mid 30s quite easily. Thursday, similar. Friday, we're starting to expand that area of 30s and also increasing the temperature as well. And basically, you can see here pretty much right around the Seville area and just to the east, the model is indicating 41, 42, possibly 43 Celsius during Saturday afternoon. So certainly very toasty indeed. Looking at precipitation, this is going to be an interesting one, because I'll tell you what, we've got a wetter than normal upcoming 7-day period. This comes on the heels of a very dry March and April. The question I'm asking is this a blip in a overall dry pattern, and that dry pattern continues, or is this some sort of a bigger change taking place as we push towards the second half of May? Now, the GFS Ensemble and the CFSV2 suggest that this is a blip, because you can see here as I play through the precipitation anomaly chart here, you can see that we start to see a little bit of dryness starting to reappear once again in the models here, and that takes us right out to the very end of May. Looking at the CFSV2 for week 1, firmly wetter than normal, with much of the continent drier than normal, as you can see here. Week 2, we start to dry things out. Week 3, you can still see drier than normal. Even week 4, which takes into the period between the 5th and the 12th of June, it stays drier than normal. But it's going to be interesting to see whether that materializes or not. So we'll keep an eye on that as we go forward. Of course, this is a very crucial time of the year. If we did start to see wetter than normal conditions, that of course can have feedback, as we push through the month of June and even into the month of July as well. So all these things I'm going to be looking at and honing in on as we go through the next couple of weeks, and then of course at the end of the month and tend to have a summer forecast released. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. As always, please like, share and subscribe, and I will hopefully be back again tomorrow with more. Bye for now.